Hi, YouTube land. It's me, Lauren Cadillac with Cadillac Law. I am so excited to be here today. I'm going to talk to you about Series LLC. Now, I know I've done a video on Series LLC before, but I didn't have a cool whiteboard before. So I'm redoing it this time with the awesome whiteboard. Hopefully that helps you. Make sure you hit like or subscribe. And as always, none of this is legal advice. Nothing I tell you here today creates an attorney-client relationship between us. This is just information I'm sharing with you because knowledge is power. So I have talked about the difference between a corp and an LLC. What I want to talk about today is a series LLC. And I've got my handy board, not the greatest ink, but we're going to try it. Okay, so an LLC creates a corporate veil. There we go. Let's say this is a corporate veil. Okay, so on this side of the veil, we have me and my home, my homestead, everything that I own personally. But then I have this business, which is the LLC, and there's this corporate veil. So when I own, let's say my LLC is for real estate investing, and I own 3 properties. I own A, B, and C. If I have A, B, and C in a traditional LLC, like I've sketched out for you here, when someone falls and breaks their leg on B, ow, they can go get a money judgment against my entire LLC. And then once they have that money judgment, they can force me to sell assets in the LLC, taking away property A and C, even though they were injured on property B, because that's the way judgments work. That's the way LLCs work. So if I'm owning this LLC as a real estate investment vehicle, and all of my real estate is in the same LLC, if something happens that caused me to get sued, first, attorneys' fees are not going to be assessed against me because it's Texas. But secondly, if there's a judgment, it's against the whole LLC. So here's why I like series LLCs. Each one of these properties becomes its own LLC by way of series. So now I have the protection of the LLC overall, but I treat each one of these properties as if it's in an individual LLC. It's still this LLC, and it's named something like Lauren's LLC Series A, Lauren's LLC Series B, Lauren's LLC Series C. Now I get an EIN for Lauren's LLC. Oops, excuse me. And then I get an EIN for each one of these. Because they're LLCs, they issue a K1, and that K1 floats up through that EIN, through the main LLC's EIN, which then of course creates a K1 and goes to me. So tax-wise, it's pretty much the same structure, except you have to treat each series individually, like it's its own LLC. Treat it with its own accounting, give it its own books, and again, it gets its own EIN. But legal protection wise, what the series does is it boxes each one of these off. So now when someone falls in B and they get a money judgment against me, they can only go after B. They can only get what's in the series. And in that case, it's just the one property. So even though I own all of these properties, my claimant, the judgment, is not going to take all of them away. The only one I have to worry about is the one that has judgment against it. This is why I love Series LLC. I call this free insurance, y'all. The other great thing is you set up the LLC once, boom, you create the series as you go, and you don't have to register with the Secretary of State every time. Yay! All right, guys, that is the best drawing you're going to get out of me of a demonstration of why I love Series LLC. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it's valuable information. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Have a wonderful day.